What's up guys, J-Real here, just bringing you guys another Destiny 2 Crucible gameplay video. I'm going to be highlighting Erentil in this video, and I'm not just going to show you one role, I'm going to show you two roles. That's right, you're going to get two for the price of one in this vid. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you are able to make an informed decision on whether or not to keep your Erentil, you know, what's good for the Crucible. So hopefully this gives you guys a good understanding of what to look for when you get an Erentil. I'll let you know right now you can get this from the gunsmith, so if you have a bunch of gunsmith materials saved up, just turn them in and keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully you get a decent one. Although I will say the base stats of this gun are actually really good, so it definitely has more range than you actually think. So here's the range roll: rangefinder, projection fuse, and torch HS3. So the torch HS3 sight, it has the most range. So if you get the one that looks like a sniper scope, that one does have a lot of range, but technically this one has more range, just a little bit more. Now obviously this is the range roll, so if you're just strictly looking for max range, this is the roll you want to keep an eye out for. Snapshot sights, that's kind of just a preference thing, but if you get one with high impact, under pressure gives you increased accuracy, can't talk right now, accuracy and stability as the magazine gets lower. And as you know, you spawn in with 2 shots, so essentially you spawn in and you've got increased accuracy and stability for those 2 shots, which is awesome. But it'll still perform just fine without under pressure. Not a big deal, but it kind of helps. Also, firmly planted is really good too. Firmly planted basically gives you perfect recoil direction, so keep an eye out for that. I've also heard tap the trigger is good, but I did just fine with the roll that you see here. So yeah, I mean, just pay attention to the ranges here that I'm just absolutely just deleting people. It's just insane. So yeah, the rumors are true. Erentil FR4 has a lot of range, it does a lot of damage. You're looking at 48 per bolt, which means when you do start to see range fall off, you know, when you start to see 45 or 43 per bolt, you've still got a few meters to go. In fact, in this gameplay, I really haven't even maxed out the range in this gameplay, but I've gotten pretty close. That little part in the intro where I mapped that guy, I think I was doing 45 per bolt, so I still could have gone another 10 meters, and he still would have died. Also, I've got counterbalance stock on Erentil. The reason for that is Erentil, it's got okay recoil direction, but you may as well tighten it up just a little bit more to further extend your range. So just something to remember.
You're getting stronger as you fight. I love it.
Now, I will say the strengths of Erentil come from peek shooting, and I mentioned this in my last video. You really want to, ideally, you want to charge it up behind cover, and then be aware and know where your enemy's at. Pop out of the cover, release all the bolts, and hopefully, if you land all 5 bolts, you'll kill them. So definitely the best way to do it is just to slowly move up around the map with your teammates, charge behind cover, pop out, map people from range. So play your range with this roll, definitely. So, alright, here's the next roll. This one's really good. So you got backup plan, hip fire grip, and then I have a choice between either accelerated coils or liquid coils. I'm running accelerated coils on it just because, why not? Just in case I actually have the gun out, it'll allow me to have just a little bit faster charge time. And then of course it has the torch HS3 right there. So there's backup plan. So I quickly whipped out Erentil and was able to get full directional control because I'm firing at the hip, and I took out that golden gunner. So something to look out for if you get backup plan. Backup plan is really good. It's great for rushing shotgunners. You know, it's also great if you've got a really strong high damage dealing primary like Criminal's Dagger. And since we have Criminal's Dagger with random rolls now, mine's got time payload, so it essentially has no damage fall off. But yeah, it does a lot of damage. So right there again, just quickly whipped it out, mapped that Warlock. But yeah, so definitely rock like a high impact primary. Either I would say hand cannon, because with backup plan you want to fire from the hip. So you could literally map someone and then whip out your primary and then, you know, take someone out who's nearby, and it just basically allows you to deal damage instantly all the time. So I absolutely love this roll, and I literally just got it like a week ago, and I've been having a blast with it. Right here, perfect example. Whip it out, get the kill, weaken the guy next to him, pop one shot with my Criminal's dagger into his face, and he's done for.
I love it. Double down.
So yeah, there again, right there. So the only thing that I don't like about backup playing is, there you just heard the sound. So there's like a 5-second cooldown on backup plan. So you can't just switch to your primary, then switch to Erentil, then switch to your primary, then switch to Erentil. You gotta kind of wait. I believe it's like 4 seconds. So if you remember Plan C in Destiny 1, that thing had a 10-second cooldown on it. So if you get backup plan, it's a huge perk. It's so awesome, and it completely changes how you play too. Especially if you're a primary freak and you love your primary weapons, then keep an eye out for a backup plan Erentil. And, you know, definitely torch HS3 for the most range. And on my roll, having that hip fire grip just gives me a little bit more accuracy when I hip fire, which you've already seen. So yeah, definitely something to keep an eye out for. And yeah, Criminal's dagger, mine's got time payload, which is kind of weird, but it's kind of awesome because it literally has no damage fall off. The explosion takes place on the target, so even if they're a mile away, the explosion still does X amount of explosive damage, so really nice. But yeah, I mean, Erentil's pretty awesome, although if it were up to me, I will take my main ingredient all day, every day, because I like to slide boop. I like to slide around a corner and boop. And Erentil, the charge time is just slow enough to where when you come out of that slide, it's too late to release and you die. Anyway, guys, that's it. I hope this helped you decide which ones you're going to keep and which ones you're going to break down. And that's it. You guys have